What's up and welcome back to Resport, your weekly bite-sized esports news and score report from around the world. My name is Nestor. Let's get into it. This weekend, Rainbow Six Siege crowned their 6th November major European champion. BDS Esports, Team Empire, Temper Esports, and Virtus Pro met in a double elimination bracket for a $125,000 prize pool. Early in the bracket, Team Empire and Team BDS knocked down their opponents and were set to meet in the upper bracket finals. BDS had a much harder match against Virtus, with each game going to at least 14 rounds, while Team Empire made quick work of Temper Esports, collecting only 6 losses over all 3 matches. Team Empire continued their dominance in the upper bracket finals by beating BDS 7-5 in the first game. They would take a loss in Game 2, where BDS looked comfortable as ever, taking 4 wins as attackers and 3 as defenders. Temper answered back though, winning the last game 7-4, where they gave BDS little breathing room. BDS would move down to the lower bracket final to meet Virtus Pro again. Game 1 of this series would go the distance with a 7-7 scoreline. In the overtime, Renshiro of Team BDS would show his dominance with a triple kill that would leave the newest member of Virtus, Milan, completely alone. With no ammo for either of his weapons, Milan would make an attempt to go around the outside of the building before realizing he had no hope. Dejected, Virtus was defeated, taking only 4 points in the next game. BDS wasn't messing around and they were ready for a rematch. Unfortunately for them, so was Team Empire in the Grand Finals, who took dominant wins in Villa and Coastline with 7-3 and 7-2 scores respectively. Though Team BDS was first in the European League, the Russian squad came to play this weekend. Congratulations, Team Empire. As we await the beginning of the RLCSX Winter Split, this weekend WSOE held their 3rd online event. The 8-team tournament featured 4 invited teams and 4 qualified teams playing for a piece of the $10,000 prize pool. In Group A, Team Envy shined, taking a 3-0 record, while Team Alpine held on to second with a 1-2 record, narrowly escaping elimination by 1 game win. In Group B, NRG also swept and proved dominance in the group stage, giving up only 2 games against all 3 best-of-5 rounds. Kansas City backed up NRG with a similar record to Alpine in Group A, going 1-2. With the playoff bracket set, the top 4 teams entered Sunday ready to play. NRG maintained their powerful offense against Alpine Gaming, taking the sweep while only allowing 3 goals to their 15 scored across the 4 games. Team Envy and Kansas City Pioneers met on the other side of the bracket and had a much tighter 7-game series. Envy would start by taking Game 1, but would go on to lose the next 3 games. The Pioneers looked primed to take this one from Envy, but they would tie Game 4 with 21 seconds on the clock. After 4 minutes of offensive overtime and a stellar defensive performance by both teams, Envy would crack the armor of Kansas City with a goal by Turbo Pulsa. Game 5 saw a much shorter minute-and-a-half-long overtime, where Kansas City was again foiled by Turbo Pulsa after a pass in the ceiling corner from Mist turned into the goal that would send us to Game 7. Envy took the momentum of the 2 overtime wins into Game 7 and opened scoring early. Unfortunately, the Pioneers couldn't answer until Envy was already up 3-0. After the final nail in the coffin, Team Envy would take Game 7 and would move on to meet NRG in the finals. NRG would take Games 1 and 2 with a mixed bag of scoring early and holding off the relatively lackluster offense of Envy. Game 1 would end with an overcommit by Envy's third and a squishy air dribble into the net. Game 2, Envy would take the lead with 3 minutes left on the clock. However, NRG would respond a minute later with a pass play in the middle from Squishy to Garrett, and they would take the lead another minute later with a backboard read from Garrett. In Games 3 and 4, Team Envy looked like they were starting to put the pieces together, combining aggression and midfield defense to maintain pressure on NRG. They would take both games with a 1-0 scoreline. Unfortunately, this playstyle wouldn't hold up for Team Envy. Though Team Envy scored first in Game 5, Justin would tie it up 30 seconds later with a late flip ceiling shot. 2.5 minutes after that, we would go into Game 5 OT, which saw constant back and forth for a minute straight before a corner read off of an overcommitted Team Envy would open the goal for Squishy Muffins. Going into Game 6, Team Envy did their best to maintain the pressure that earned them wins in Games 3 and 4. Unfortunately for them, NRG would go up 2 goals with a shot from Garrett G 30 seconds in and a demo play by Squishy and Garrett a few minutes later. With 40 seconds on the clock, Envy scored their only goal of the game and fought with urgency but could not come up with a tying goal. With that, NRG is your WSOE Online champs. Congratulations. Looking into the Rocket League Crystal Ball, the first regional event of the winter split kicks off November 12th with the new 24-team double elimination bracket. So make sure to check that out and check back with us next week for a tournament recap. That'll do it for us here at Resport. As always, we want to remind you that we're live on Twitch 5 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 7 p.m. and Saturday, Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific. Make sure to leave a like on the video to help us reach more esports fans around the world. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss any of our new content, and let us know in the comments down below what events you're looking forward to this winter. Until next time, my name is Nestor, and this is the Torpid Gaming Network. Remember to have fun, get immersed, and do epic shit. Dear God, here we go. Up! 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 No!